Pixar. This is Kal Kat, the Kal Katzer, and this is a review of a movie that Mark's Cards and I saw last night called Inside Out. It stars many of the SNL alums from the last couple of years, last 10 years or so, and they play characters in a movie where Mark's Cards actually liked it. Instead of like usually when they put SNL people in a movie, they don't. The story is the little voices in the head of Riley Anderson, who has gone from Minnesota to San Francisco, which is not an on-location story. You might think it is, because Kal Kat, my mother is from Minnesota, my father's from Chicago, and moved out here in the 60s before I was ever born. But no, it's not based on location. It's not based on my sisters or any of those, but that would be interesting. No. But yeah, and it's not about mental illness or schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. Some sort of parts of it seem like it, in that the characters, with the voices in her head, control the control tower. She's 11 in the story, and they control this world inside her head. And basically, there's the quintessential id and super ego characters. Here we have anger, fear, disgust, sadness, and joy. Joy is the main character. Joy and sadness have to go on an adventure because the others have accidentally caused them to fall into the machinery. And they get sucked into the other part of the memory core, and they have to go retrieve the memories. Along the way, meet up with her imaginary friend, who is bizarre. It's like an elephant, dolphin, cat, and I remember other things. So there's a lot of colorful imagery and things. It's very, very playful with being an original concept. Similar in many ways to Up, which was being put together in the 2000s time period, polished up by some interns that were at San Jose State with the Pixar people. I was there, but I'm not from Pixar. They happened to be there, and they were there, and I talked to the people that were finishing up back in the day. And there was a magician one and something else they were working on. Not Toy Story 2 just yet. They were. I think they'd already done that one. Yeah, so that was interesting. So those names keep coming up in Pixar movies I keep looking for. Yeah. There they are. And then this one, yep, 2 of them are in there, the cast. Yeah, cool. They were in Toy Story 3 as well. And WALL-E. And yeah, so there were other ones. But yeah, too bad I don't any longer have direct connections to them, because scripts and things that he could help out on. It doesn't animate. I animate a little bit. I tend to get overzealous with it. But yes, back to the story. But that's our Pixar story. There you go. The Hawaiian Island one, that's in there. The lava. That's not what he was really doing in Hawaii, but no, he wasn't doing Pixar. Well, you're joking about that, though. But yeah, there's a little short in there that looks like something he would totally have done, but he didn't. No. Okay. Yes, Inside Out is about this girl in San Francisco who is lonely and downtrodden because she's moved to a new city, and her voices in her head. I guess everybody has them. They imply that everyone has them, so that there's no disparity, I guess. So, but she does, and she doesn't like school, and she doesn't like her friend like dumps her for somebody else or something, and gets kind of dark and sad and stuff. And but it doesn't get as sad as Up did in the beginning. Up was a mess, an emotional mess. It was great, but it was an emotional mess. It's a roller coaster ride. This was not. This was more of a fun emotional roller coaster ride. So that wasn't like you weren't like weeping in it or anything. That was just good. It wasn't like WALL-E, where like for 50 minutes you're like, "Oy, what the heck?" Okay. But it seemed like it. Maybe it wasn't 50. 30. It was like, oh wow, yeah, hurry up a message. Yeah, hurry up with it. And I liked Wall-E. It just had some odd stuff in it. But this one, being, yeah. So, yeah. Basically, that's what happens. So you have the character Joy and Sadness who get sucked into the machinery and have to go to the other world. And when they get inside the brain core, all this other weird stuff happens. Riley wants to run away, and there's this big plot. The actual series of events happens over probably a week, maybe less. So that's kind of an interesting idea. It's like it's not very long; it's just a couple of days, and that's an interesting idea. Doing that, well, yeah, I liked it. Mark Cards thinks it's the best Pixar movie he's ever seen. I still liked Toy Story a little better. Yeah, but yeah, it was good. It had a lot of elements that were good and original and stuff. Yeah. Well, it's a great Pixar movie, but it is a quiet taste. Yes. Yeah. So yeah. So go out and see it in theaters, in 2D or 3D. And well, it's still in theaters. I don't want to give away too much of it because it literally just came out last night. And if I put that online, say everything that happens and tell you the whole plot of how things happen, it'd be like, he's giving spoilers. So I really can't go into too much of the movie because it would give too much away. The whole premise there goes on. You see that, and the cartoon thing, and on the subject of whether the characters are bipolar or borderline personality or schizophrenic, they're not supposed to be. It's interesting that you look at that whole concept of identity and the id, the ego, the superego, all those psychological terms for stuff. And people talk to themselves a lot, and, make a live blog, and that kind of thing. Yeah, those people aren't necessarily nuts. Some of them are, but not necessarily. And in a lot of cases, they just want their thoughts to be allowed so that they can understand them, which is the case with me oftentimes. It's like I just need to hear what I'm thinking, which doesn't help too much. But no, it's not nuts. It's just, and often that is the case with people who are autistic. They will often do that, and people who are very drama oriented or acting oriented. Also, like most of in order to be a really good actor, I'm not that great an actor. I'm more of a ham. But in order to be a good actor, you have to be able to put yourself in the other person's shoes and pretend to be that other person. It's not so much a matter of the imaginary friends idea as so much as it is, the concept of being bizarre and twisted. It's not so much that as just having an active imagination. That's not a crime to have an active imagination. There's nothing wrong with that. It just makes people look at you strange, if you're too loud. There you go. So the movie does portray that well. I'm not sure whether the human brain is wired like that, and there's like robots and there little figurines, little pixies in there. But that would be interesting. But I always pictured it more or less not self-aware kind of thing. But yeah. So it's good. But yeah, it's good. I can't give too much away though. So I haven't there, really. I've just said that it's not about borderline personality. It's not really about... Although she is kind of bipolar in it. A little bit. Because, there's... The two extremes are joy and sadness. That would be literally bipolar. The other ones are just sort of there. But joy and sadness... the two opposites. That would definitely be... she's manic-depressive. great. So in the sequel, she'll probably be like on Prozac or something. Yeah. Ritalin. And some other drugs. No, they won't do that. But it's not. Yeah, the scene isn't like there's this whole lava short. It's about this island and it's singing and spewing out lava, and then there's this other island that's a female island that comes out with a big long tower, and it's just really odd. It's just so bizarre that it's like, okay, that's interesting and cute, but yes, cute. And it wasn't creepy that Anger is played by quite a bit of an older character from the comedy routines, and the voices in the head and stuff. There was a funny scene. Look for the dog scene and the cat scene near the end of the movie, in which they show what it's like inside a dog's brain, and he has the little voices in his head and the dog brain, and the dogs are all obedient, and they're sitting there going, hey, "Should we press the button? Should we press the button?" And then they show the cat's brain, and we got like cat back here, and they got like the this is the Kal Kat scene that's in the movie, so if you want to check that out, the Lemon and Kal Kat scene, and so the dog scene is the dogs are all obedient, and, they're kind of doing their thing, obediently. The cats are everywhere. All the different colored cats are like walking around. It's crazy. They're arguing. They're fighting in the corner. There's two more here. There's one just standing there looking all emo. There's emos in it too. Yes. There's a little bit of Jim Tucon. Although Jim Tucon, as we later discovered, he wasn't emo. He was a rocker. Yeah. So that's a little different. Same idea. Like metal is fierce and dark. He had this sort of like range of that. It's the same idea. Like everything sucks unless it's metal. Destruction. So that's a little bit of them, but it's more like punk rock. So, metal and punk rock. That's a little different. But yeah, there were emos and punk rockers. But the cats, they were everywhere. And there's this purple one, this imaginary friend cat, just walking on the console, like screwing it off. God. And Mark's cards, because I thought he did the lava part. I went away. He didn't. But and he turned to me and said, "Did you do the cat part?" So, what do you think? No, I didn't either. He's like, didn't think so. But no, the new Peanuts movie, that's us. No, it's not. So, the movie that we saw last night, Mark's Cards and I saw last night, there is no blog review yet of this, but there will be, of Pixar's latest movie, Inside Out. This is brand new, practically live review for you. Okay, yes. The story centers around Riley Anderson, a cartoon character, and her family who get transported from Minnesota to San Francisco. You might think, yes, again, they have copied On Location, but no, they haven't. No, I did not move from Minnesota to San Francisco. Although my parents did. Yeah, so anyway, I am not Riley, but that would be funny. The idea that the idea of like the voices in your head talking kind of thing, without it being some kind of a mental problem, is an interesting idea. And doing, yeah. The cartoon is not actually about like multiple personality disorder or borderline schizophrenia, although they kind of imply that in the trailer, and yeah, that's not what's going on.